Now that there's nothing else for us here, I guess we'll just bail. We go out this way? I guess this is the back. Hey, there he is. My boy.
I just met some guy named Vincent.
Just hanging out?
Vincent?
He's a friend of yours, right?
I'm not sure.
He said when we get to Silent Hill to look for a guy named Leonard. And he gave me this map. What do you want to do?
We can't trust him, but we've got no other choice.
Here, take this too.
What's this?
Your father was holding it.
I miss Douglas's hat.
Started raining. Are you sleeping?
I'm awake.
You cold? What's the deal with Silent Hill anyway?
That's what I'd like to
It
know.
used to be a nice, quiet little town. But now,
You've been there?
once, on a missing persons case. Never did find him. But I'll tell you, that's one screwed up town. My line of work, you hear a lot of nasty rumors.
I was born and raised there.
Sorry. I didn't mean to offend you.
No offense taken.
Anyway, I thought you grew up in Portland. What's wrong? Feeling sick?
My head's pounding like the worst hangover ever.
Maybe
Heather, you're too young to drink.
No. I'm just trying to remember. My childhood. Something terrible happened in Silent Hill 17 years ago. A woman named Dahlia. She tried to summon the ancient god of the town. She offered up her very own daughter.
That's crazy.
Maybe so, but it worked. The girl gave birth to a god.
Douglas is starting to regret his decision to come along.
You see, that girl had special powers.
Powers?
Her classmates called her a witch. She could make things happen with her mind. She could kill people just by wishing for it. But in the end, that god was killed by a single person. My father, Harry Mason. I guess it wasn't much of a god if it could be killed by a human being. But I think Claudia's trying to do the same thing again. And I've been chosen as the sacrifice.
You've got some kind of power in you too?
After the god was killed, the girl reappeared. She was holding a baby in her arms. Before she died, she gave the baby to my father. He loved me just like I was his very own daughter. Even though he didn't know who or what I was. It was so sudden. I never had a chance to tell you how happy you made me.
Again, a lot of heavy stuff starting to happen now.
I'm gonna head for that Leonard guy's house. You check out the hospital.
Yeah, no, can you do that one? I don't think I want to go there.
Yeah.
You gonna be okay alone?
I'm not a child, you know. Are you sure it's not you who's afraid to be alone?
I would be.
You're right. I am afraid. I'm 50-something years old. I ain't never seen nothing like this. I still feel like I'm dreaming.
More like a nightmare, I'd say.
Heather, that's like the third time you've done that.
Yeah. I want to wake up and have a smoke already. Meet me back here when you're finished looking around the hospital. Okay?
Roger.
So yep, we've finally done it. We are officially in Silent Hill now. It only took however long this took. I'm tired, but it's no time for sleep. I'm gonna head to the hospital. What am I looking at? The other bed? My question is, did we... That's the bathroom. I don't need to use it right now. I'm tired. No time for sleep. My question is, did we actually... like, check into this motel, hotel, Holiday Inn? There's no point in turning on a TV. All I could watch is snow anyway. What, Heather, what do you mean? Is it not Ash? That's gotta be a coincidence. But still, that's pretty weird. Who could have done this? Motel. It wasn't a Holiday Inn. Damn. There we go. Dad's notebook. Dad wrote about my past in here. As always, this should be novelized. As always. Let's get some fun facts going on. To my dear daughter. Hope this will never come to any use. Maybe it's better if you never know. More than anything else, I fear the possibility of your going away, far from me. But sometimes we have to tell the truth. That's why I'm writing this, before I'm lost in death and oblivion. What happened back then? That has something to do with who you are. It all started 24 years ago. Coming back from a vacation, my wife and I found a baby on the side of the highway. Since we were childless, we thank God for letting us meet this child, this girl. We took her home. Her name was Cheryl. Small, black hair. Have you seen her? 3 years later, my wife died, and another 4 years later, 17 years ago, I came to Silent Hill. I heard the girl's pleas and took her with me, not knowing why she wanted us to go there. And it was there that the girl went away. Not that she actually went anywhere, nor did she die. Returned to her original self, that's what Dahlia Gillespie said. She foretold it through gyromancy. Original self, that was the young woman burned by her mother as a sacrifice to God, Alessa Gillespie. Half her soul escaped in those flames and went on to live in a baby, in that girl of mine, of ours. 7 years passed before that half... God damn it. The term half a girl kind of threw me off. I'm sorry. 7 years passed before that half a girl returned to Silent Hill and made Alessa whole again. Newly strengthened, she vowed to kill God. God, a fetus nestled into the sacrificial girl's womb, was summoned with the usual rites. It just, the casual usual ones. This was Alessa's wish, no matter what the outcome, even if her own existence were at stake. But that wish was not granted. My interruption meant she prayed and said for the girl's return. I alone couldn't bring her back. Dahlia did it. I only helped at the birthing ceremony to bring God out of Alessa. The newly born God wailed once and was dead, all from that girl's, and probably Alessa's, conscious resistance. So, it kind of implies that we didn't really have a boss fight, did we? That's not the end. After God had vanished in a glow of light, Alessa reappeared and gave me a baby. She looked a lot like that girl so long ago. And then Alessa was gone, dead. There was nothing I could have done to help. I simply clutched the baby to my chest and ran off in slow motion while fire was raining from the sky. The whole thing felt like a dream, but I had proof that it wasn't. The girl was nowhere to be found, and in my arms, the baby. Now 17 years have passed. It feels like only yesterday, and again it feels like a million years ago. I confess I had reservations at first about raising that baby. Could I love her? Her existence was thoroughly unexplainable. I thought she could be that young woman who snatched away my beloved daughter. That led to sadness, anger. There were times when I put my hands around her tiny little throat. Harry, please! Several times I even considered abandoning her. That's what a terrible person I am. But I decided to raise her after all. I just couldn't seem to let her go. When you look at me, you laugh, so... Even now I can't forget about that girl, but I love you. I have no doubts about that. That's all I ask you to believe. To my precious daughter, Harry Mason. Big Harry lore. I also thought that note was attributed to my daughter Harry. So if you recognize, this was a section in Silent Hill 2. Jack's in Heaven's Night, Pete's Bolorama in the park. So, gonna be pretty fun. I might want to just throw this on. Did I ever put on that bulletproof vest? I did. Unequip it. Don't need it. We're gonna start booking it. Can't even interact. Whoa. Whoa. Got flip turned upside down. Around a little bit. I mean, the thing is, if we did check into this motel, the question would be, like, when does it get super foggy? Like, something's not right with the town. I can imagine that maybe there's still, like, vaguely normal interactions that happen before we get into, like, fog zone. I don't know if there's enough lore to dictate either way exactly how that works. I know there's some vague stuff about, obviously it's a tourist town. I want to say James implied that it was pretty normal in Silent Hill 2, but there's not really any reason to get lost in those details. There's not anything around? I don't need to go there. That's the wrong place to be. Seems like that's gonna be a lot of our exploration at the moment. See if there's like anything on the corners, and then if we must duke and dodge the dogs, we will attempt. Looks like the park was closed off. Yeah. But what if I want to go bowling? Also, I can see. The fog is strong. Do a little duking and dodging. To the best of my abilities. Where were we health-wise by the end of all that? We're fine. Oh. Wacky dog. Oh, the saw blade guy's back. I don't really remember. I doubt there's really any reason to explore, and I'm sure Heather's gonna just say, nuh-uh. Don't want to. Yep. But, you know, finally being in Silent Hill. Say something funny about bowling. The door's shut tight, it won't open at all. But what about the pizza? I think I do have to actually go this way. Those wacky footprints. I don't remember if I mentioned it in Silent Hill 2. The, loading screen when you would go into places. Oh. Excuse me. It's locks. Nope, not that way. My bad. The loading screen when you went into places were, like, footprints like that, walking over the black screen. I think occasionally you can catch it in this. It seems like the loading screen just kind of like blood speckles. I made a mistake by alerting the dogs and going where I'm not supposed to. Hear that nasty noise. This fog definitely feels a lot thicker. That was one thing I also learned about, I think, like, after the Silent Hill 2 playthrough. Apparently the whole section here in this, like, map, when you get, Maria, actually has, like, an active the day turns to night thing if you're, like, hang out long enough. Which is just wild to me. I don't really know the exact purpose, unless if it relates to getting, like, that Maria ending. But it's just, you know, it's neat. Always fun to learn things about Silent Hill. Oh, look at you. Where am I? I want to look at Heaven's Night. One, I think I need to go here. Also, first aids and jerky. Always use the jerky. Strip. Strip. The tourism pamphlet. I've forgotten it, but it's true. Silent Hill was originally a resort town. Welcome to Silent Hill. Silent Hill, a quiet little lakeside resort town. We're happy to have you. Take some time out of your busy schedule and enjoy a nice, restful vacation here. Row after row of quaint old houses, a gorgeous mountain landscape, and a lake which shows different sides of its beauty with the passing of the day. From sunrise to late afternoon to sunset, Silent Hill will move you and fill you with a feeling of deep peace. Hope your time here will be pleasant and your memories will be last forever. Editor, Roger Widmark. Who? Shotgun bullets. Paradise. It's a flyer from a club. It shows a woman with long black hair. The return of Lady Maria from 8 p.m. on the 27th. I believe this poster flyer thing would not be here if you didn't have a Silent Hill 2 save file. But I do believe also... Oh, maybe you don't have to come here then. Either way, I knew you could come in here. I just thought that there was something of importance. But just a little bonus. Pretty sure you could come in here even if you didn't have a Silent Hill 2 save file. It just wouldn't have the reference. Excuse me. Pardon me. Sorry. I don't think I got hit, did I? I think Heather would react more if I got hit, but I'm paranoid. Also, time to reuse some more assets by going into the hospital. I'm just gonna get in there. Okay, well. Starts pretty strong, huh? Guess the nurses are out and about real quick. Nothing interesting on the floor. Okay, save point. Yo, wanna tell me about a cool map in the area? You're looking at something, Heather. I see you. I see you eyeballing. Ah, the map is what you're looking at. Yeah, that would be helpful. Hospital map. I was looking at this right now isn't exactly going to help me, is it? Do we have really any idea why we're coming here, actually? Like, actually, was there any indication that maybe the hospital would be a good idea? Just saving again so I don't forget to pick up the map if I do end up dying. Lock's broken. Okay. Oh, there was a nurse right out here. This day has finally come. That's right, the day when you and I will meet. I was always thinking of you. Here in this gloomy cell, I never even knew your name or face until today. But now I know. I know you're the one I've been waiting for. And haven't you been waiting for me too? That's why you came to rescue me. Oh, how I love you, Heather. I want to give you my prized doll I made to commemorate our meeting. The start of this everlasting love. I can already see your smiling face. Stanley Coleman. Who the hell are you? There's that doll. I want to... I could, like, quick escape. Creepy doll right there. Let me do my, I don't remember even. I remembered, there we go, action zoom. I remembered action zoom and then completely forgot how to action zoom. I don't think we need that doll, so we'll just leave. Oh god, cameras. I love that breathing. Real good. Didn't really expect the elevator to work. It's actually a little bit more unsettling, the fact that it's quiet right now. Not used to quiet hallways. Oh. It's that doll again. You may not yet have realized your own true feelings, but you sense them unconsciously. Until you're trying to get closer to me, that's a virtue, the path to paradise. If the door's locked, open it. Use the password for the prison gates. Doctor, I've forgotten his name. Anyway, that quack has it posted. He should be here too. I mean, 4 numbers would have been good enough, but he kept on going. Isn't it a shame? I'm not there. Aren't you irritated? I long for you, but you're so cruel. Still, I want you, Heather. Stanley. Stanley, what the fuck is wrong with you? My fear is absolutely the fact that that hallway is probably going to populate at some point. Locker is closed tightly. I can't seem to get it open. I don't think that's really true, but I got nail polish remover and some perfume. Nothing else. Anything in that soda? Closed tightly. I'm wondering if I shouldn't have came in the women's locker room yet. Obviously nail polish remover. Takes off nail polish. I found it in the women's locker room. Stuff smells a little strange. Okay. Guess I was worried about nothing. Oh, that's gone. That's a little spooky. There's a typewritten memo posted here. What's this supposed to mean? The first is larger than the second twice the third smaller than the fourth is half the first. First is larger than the second twice the third. Big number, medium number, smaller number. 4 of the numbers are not repeated. 3 are not in the top row. 2 are not in the right row. 1 of the numbers is the final key. It's locked. I think the note is all we would need for this, right? I wonder if I should actually write this down. It probably would make things easier for me. Just to visualize it. Let me just get a good note going. My pen doesn't work. I know, basically I just wrote the number pad down. Am I allowed to? Okay, I have a wiggle controls. Alright. First is larger than... larger than 2. Second is twice the third. I'm trying to do like small notes, which hopefully will be fine. Fourth is half the first. My small notes are probably trash. 4 of the numbers are not repeated. All of them are going to be different. 3 are not on the top row. Only 1 is on the top row. So only 1, 2, or 3. 3 are not on the top row. 2 are not in the right row. Does that imply that 2 have to be on the right row? Also, saying top row and right row is kind of... One of the numbers is the final key. That's strange. I don't know what that means. Note again. Okay, so I would... This first part is probably the better one for me to get like an actual visual cue on. Alright, first is larger than the second. Second is twice the third. Third is smaller than the fourth. The fourth is third is smaller than the fourth. That's pretty important. So if the third is smaller than the fourth, that would mean the third one has to be the 1, 2, or 3. Right? I'm probably gonna fumble thinking this. Third is smaller than the fourth. Because the third is the smallest one. Twice the third is the second. So the second would have to be, it can't be 2. Twice the third. 6? That would be 2 things. 4 or 6 would have to be the second one, I think. Third is smaller than the fourth would mean that it has to be a 2 or 3. Half the first is fourth. So if it's 3 and 6, that's already the right column. Fourth is half the first. Fourth is half the first. It can't be an odd number, right? It has to be even. I feel like the gears are kind of working, but like not quite easy enough. In the same vein, the second is twice the third. Technically, the third's smaller than the fourth. I think a lot of my thinking here is going to maybe need to be cut. I am going to try to figure this out, but I'm slow, and I apologize for that. I think... So I'm working under... I need to like look at this to make sure. I'm thinking the second and fourth are 4 and 8. Maybe twice the third. Third is first is larger than the second. Half the first. No, it has to. Okay. Well, that actually. Wait. No. Never mind. That'd be the first is 8 if what I'm trying to think of is right. I mean, that could just be it. First is 8. 8, 6, 3, 4, maybe. I mean, I also could just test it and see. I think that would work. Okay. That did work. I just kind of had to sit and look at the notes. I jotted down real quick to get an idea. I think seeing that the like multiplication solutions. Oh, there's a body there. Had to obviously be even numbers really helped to narrow it down, I think. There's a man's corpse laid out on a stretcher. The hand that's sticking out of the sheet has something written on it. Yeah, maybe look at it. Can I look at it? There are papers scattered on the floor. Something's written on them, but none of them really seem to be important. There's a medical record here. Could this be for this dead guy? Background, unknown. Name, age, unknown. Not admitted patient found in poor mental state on hospital grounds and temporarily installed in room M4 at chief's discretion. Died late tonight from blood loss due to severed carotid artery. Was grasping own kitchen knife in right hand, assuming this was cause of neck wound. Possible suicide, but wound angle suspicious. Sent to second floor treatment room for further investigation. Have received no proof or corroboration of event from patient residing in same room. Have not notified police, however, for future necessities, leave victim's bed and effects intact room M4. Seems important. I'll be honest, I was kind of expecting that body to be gone. Oh, M4's close by. There we go. Start my key? The start time is my key. The start time. I also wonder how difficult that, solving that puzzle would be on hard. I can imagine that one has a different... that nurse got real close. Excuse me. Pardon me. Bad elevator. Who it is? My secret admirer. There's a tattooed guy on that rumpled bed. Not anymore, though. That alarm clock and filthy bag are his. Ah, but don't misunderstand. I haven't done a thing. I didn't hate him, though he was a liar. Shall I write something of my own? On my chest, since I can't cut it open to show you my heart. I love Heather. No, something a bit more forceful. I love Heather. Isn't enough for what I feel. Oh, what tender emotion this image brings. Stanley Coleman. Is that the hour clock? The attaché case is locked. What would it be like? Okay, yeah, 210. That was it. I couldn't tell. I wasn't like positive if that was supposed to be the hour hand on that. Alarm's already off, fellas. What? I didn't see what I picked up at all. Look at that camera. Instant camera. Unlike a normal camera, you can see the developed photo right away. Can't use that here. Don't know what I need it for, actually.